Hi, this is Amie at the Virtual Planetarium at Raritan Valley Community College. Let's take a look at some of the things we can see in the sky for the week of November 8th. I'll start with our upcoming moon phases. We'll have a last quarter moon on November 8th, a new moon on November 15th, and a first quarter moon on November 21st. This week, the sun is rising around 6:40 a.m. and setting around 4:40 p.m. All right, so this week, I'm going to encourage you to get up early to look at the sky. This week's challenge is to see as many of the naked eye planets as you can in one night. Okay, there are 5 naked eye planets. I'll give you that much of a hint. Or look, one evening and one morning. I have the sky set for 5:45 a.m. Up high, you can see Venus, very bright planet. It's really bright. It's shining at magnitude almost -4, so it's really, really bright. You won't be able to miss it. A crescent moon, right there's the very thin crescent moon, will be near Venus on the morning of Thursday, November 12th. Let's back up 2 days and pull the sky back just a little bit. Change our field of view. Okay, so now it's the 10th of November. And if you've got a really good view of the eastern horizon, you might be able to catch the elusive planet Mercury this week. It's the planet closest to the sun, which means it also stays near the sun as seen from Earth. So you'll need to look for it either right before or right after sunset. Right now, it's visible just before sunrise. But of course, being so close to the sun, it's often caught up in the glow of twilight, so look carefully. On Tuesday, November 10th, Mercury will be at its greatest elongation west of the sun. That means it's at the farthest to the right of the sun that we can see it during this appearance. But if you go outside and look at the sky each morning, day after day, Mercury is going to sink closer and closer to the horizon because it's also moving closer to the sun, and that will make it more difficult to find. It is shining at magnitude 0, about as bright as the star Vega, but Mercury is hovering just above the eastern horizon. It's only 8 degrees above the horizon at 5:45 a.m. on the 10th. That's less than 1 fist width high. So maybe we all need to head to the shore to see this planet rise over the ocean, where we've got the best view of the eastern horizon. Okay, let's look north. So we'll switch our view from east to north. There we go. We're looking north because I see the letter N right there. Hey, remember how last week I said November is a bad time to look for the Big Dipper? Well, that's still true if you're looking at the evening sky. But if you are checking the sky at 5:30 in the morning, you'll see the Big Dipper up really high. There it is, right there. As always, the pointer stars point to Polaris, the North Star. And then if you extend that line, you see the squashed M or squashed W of Cassiopeia. So there's Cassiopeia, there's Polaris in the Little Dipper, and the Big Dipper up here. Now, if you poke a hole in the bottom of the Big Dipper, this will work any time of year that these stars are up. Poke a hole in the bottom of the bowl so that water can drip out the bottom. Where does it go? Let's shift our view around. We'll look kind of towards the south and poke a hole in the bottom of the Big Dipper. It drips onto a backwards question mark here. This backwards question mark is the head of Leo the lion. Then there's a bit of a rectangle for his body and a triangle for his tail. The star Regulus is the lion's heart, the heart of the lion. It's the brightest star in the constellation. And the second brightest star is the tail, which is called Denebola. Denebola is the tail of the lion. Now, Leo the lion is often thought to represent the Nemean lion that Hercules had to kill as the first of his 12 labors. In that mythology, the lion's hide was so tough that no weapons could cut through it. Hercules bested the lion by strangling it. He then used one of the lion's teeth to cut off the hide, and Hercules was able to use that as an impenetrable cloak and shield. Excellent. Okay, back to the sky. All right. So we've looked at a lot of the morning. We've looked at a bunch of things in the morning. We can see 2 planets right here. We can see Venus and Mercury just before sunrise. Can we see anything in the evening sky? Of course we can. I mean, the sun is setting before 5 p.m. now. So the sky is dark by 6 o'clock. Let's change our sky to 6 p.m. 6 p.m. and we'll see what we can see. And the first things that may jump out to you, well, the planet Jupiter in the southern sky, it's still really bright. Saturn is still bright, but being right next to Jupiter, it's kind of overwhelmed by Jupiter's brightness, but it is there. So you can see Jupiter and Saturn. And then, of course, Mars. Mars is up high, and it's got a kind of an orangish glow to it. So you can definitely find Mars in the sky as well. I see Uranus labeled here. Let's use not that window. We want the search window to zoom in on Uranus a little bit more. So you can see exactly where the planet Uranus is and compared to Mars. So there it is. It's barely visible to the unaided eye. Usually the dimmest object we can see with the unaided eye is about a magnitude 6, and Uranus is shining at magnitude 5.6. So you're going to need a really dark sky to be able to see Uranus, but it is there. So let's see, we've found Venus and Mercury in the morning sky. We have found Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, and Uranus in the evening sky. And now you're going to need a telescope for this one. But there's Neptune. Between Saturn and Mars is Neptune. We can zoom into this planet a little bit here in Stellarium. So there's Neptune looking blue. It's got the dark spot. Does have some rings going around it. Right, so you can look for Neptune. You will need a telescope to find Neptune. And if you're super enthusiastic and you've got a really good telescope, there's something else you might be able to find. I don't know. It's magnitude 14. But Pluto is over by Jupiter and Saturn. So if you really want to challenge yourself, let me know in the comments if you find Pluto. That would be fantastic. Now, are there other stars that we can see? Well, of course there are. In the evening sky, we still have our summer triangle up here. There's the summer triangle with Altair and Deneb and Vega. They are above Jupiter and Saturn in the western sky. In the southern southeastern sky above Mars, we have the Great Square of Pegasus. And then let's look in the northeastern sky. We have the first of the winter constellations, the winter stars, brightest winter stars rising. The first one to come above the horizon is Capella. Capella is in the constellation Auriga the Charioteer. And there are 3 little stars right here next to it. These 3 stars are called the kids, because Capella means she-goat. So the kids are, small goats that are with her. All right, well, that's our sky for this week. Thank you for joining me in our virtual planetarium. Please subscribe to our channel and like our video, and I will see you next time. Have a great day, everyone. Until then, keep looking up.